Hey, yo, what it do, party peoples? I be your man, Bigg Pwee from the Spin Room. It is on and popping today on this Friday, man. We got a dope show for you. Now, this young lady, we're going to bring into the Spin Room. She's one of the illest MCs coming out of Bronx, the BX, New York. It's going down, man. We're going to talk about her new album. We're going to talk about her new project. We're going to talk about the people that she worked with, man. It is all going down right here inside the Spin Room. So make sure that you guys keep it locked and don't go anywhere, all right?
Yeah, you are now live. Yeah, it's Lock West in the morning, Dash Radio, the Spin Room, you know what it is.
Let me get my crew in the building right now. Let them enjoy the festivities, man. My right hand, my right girl. My girl Big Les in the building. J Tasha, Miss Everything. K Stephanie, your girlfriend's favorite DJ, DJ Ron C.
West Coast, baby.
How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
Ready to the next microphone fiend mama.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I hope that we can get her to spit some bars while we in this interview, man. Let's see, you know, she's a freestyler, so let's see if she can go off the dome and maybe give the Spin Room like a new intro or something like that, you know?
Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming straight, like I said, out the BX. How far is that from your spot, Queens there, Les? How far is BX?
10 minutes, right over the Whitestone Bridge, my brother, near Co-op City. Yeah.
All right, well, we about to bring this young lady in. Once again, she's out of the BX, New York. She's a freestyle rapper. She's had all kind of hip hop album releases. She got her own project. She even got her own label doing some big things, man. So ladies and gentlemen, if y'all please put your hands together and make some noise for Dirti Diana.
Hey.
There we go. She's in the building. Dirti Diana, what it do?
What's poppin'? How y'all doing?
Hey,
Good.
we caught the poppin' manicure. Let's get a little close up on the Manny right there.
Oh gosh, I'll show you a couple of nails. There you go.
That's the quarantine hand.
That's the quarantine nails.
I love it. First and foremost, we want to say thank you so much for taking the time out your day to come and rock with the Spin Room crew. Thank you so much. BX, Bronx, that's where you're from. That's where it all started. How did you know that you knew you was going to be a lyricist? How did you know you was going to be spitting darts? At what age and how did it start?
Oh man, I was writing poems probably since the age of 7. Like I've always like dibbled poems. I always knew it was something with performing and always wanting to be in the stage. I always loved watching Lauryn Hill. That's one of my favorite inspirations. And it was a poem thing for me. I've always was like rhyming little poems. So I just knew from my spirit, it was always something I wanted to do. It was in me. It's installed in me.
Do you feel any extra pressure because that's where hip hop was born in the BX? And forget even, you know, the battles with the other boroughs, but just worldwide to represent for a female coming from the BX, and especially having somebody like Remy Ma, who's, you know, also from that area. Do you feel pressure when you start doing your new albums and stuff?
I don't feel pressure, but I feel like I do need to know my history. So I study, you know, and I like to be, when I'm around people of that's influenced me, I make sure I ask questions to learn the history coming from the Bronx, because how can I not know? You know what I mean?
Well, Dirty Mom, what we're going to have to do is get you and J Tasha together because she knows nothing about hip hop.
Don't try to play me, Pee-wee.
Get her.
I know
so
enough about hip hop just because I know the younger generation of hip hop, and you're like old school, you know, all the way up there with like Rick James and somebody. I don't know.
My point exactly, Dirty Diana. My
James
point
not even
exactly.
hip hop artist.
Right.
Wait, I got one. No, I don't. I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, please edutain me, because that's what we like to do here at the Spin Room. So you can edutain me.
So let's talk about your last project that you had. You work with D Rose, Dragon. Tell me, how did that come about?
Well, drag again. I always loved drag's music. He was an inspiration to me. I watched him growing up as a child, and I just reached out to him like, "Yo, let's work." And I've been working for so long. I guess he finally respected the work ethics, but he was like, "Yeah, let's work." And it was incredible. Like the energy, the vibe. He's like one of the realest people I've ever met. The realest MCs. Even when I met him, he was just spitting jewels, like giving me the game, like telling me like, family's important. And, it was just a vibe. And shout out to AB. That's how I met AB Butler, my current manager. So it's dope. It was dope.
There's very few female rappers who can say that they did not come into this game with a male crew, right? Like MC Light came standalone. Some other women came standalone, but we had Queen Latifah who had Flavor Unit. You got Eve who had Rough Riders. Where do you fall into this? And what does it mean for women in hip hop to have your own voice?
Oh man, that's a good question. You good. Okay, so first of all, as females, I think it's very important to have your own voice because it's tough for us. Like as soon as you walk in the room, or as soon as someone even mentions that it's a female, the person want to see how she looks. They want to look at you as a female first before even hearing your music. Some people just judge you off of just looking at you before even hearing your music, and you want to be respected from your music, for your talent, all the hard work you putting in. So it's extra hard for a female because we constantly got to prove ourselves. So I didn't come in with a male team. For me, it's always been a respect thing. I make sure I represent myself and respect myself as a strong female, so people know what it is. It's not necessarily that I need to be in a group and the only female in the group. Is more of the team around me. I got to make sure that the people around me is strong enough to hold that representation of a female leader. Like they got to respect you first. I got to make sure I'm around people that respect me.
Who were your major influences while growing up and, wanting to be a part of, the hip hop game?
I grew up, again, I was a little girl watching Foxy Brown, Little Kim, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj. Like those are my influences because I watched them. I watched their growth. They well respected. It's more from the grind up, the gritty. I'm from the Bronx. I came from the projects. I understand the lifestyle. I live the lifestyle. I've been around it, surrounded by it. I've been through different experiences that helped me grow where I am today. So that's really what influenced me.
Mentioning Foxy Brown. Sorry, Pee-wee.
No, go ahead.
Mentioning Foxy Brown, it leads me to your single. I think it came out 2 years ago called "Oh, and it has the Foxy Brown "Take You Home" featuring Blackstreet. And I felt like, me as a listener, I felt like the concept, correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt like the concept was just you, like, it was like an introduction of yourself as an artist and letting people know, like, this is who I am and this is what I bring to the table. Look, this is the hard work that I'm putting in. Either you rock with it or not. Was that the concept?
That was definitely the concept. And I knew that it was a Foxy record. I knew that I've always been compared to her. And I respected her as an MC, so I put my best foot forward. And it was what it is. Exactly what you said is what it is. Facts. You're on point.
You've been in the business a minute, and kind of break down some of the things, the do's and the don'ts that you've kind of learned in the business when it comes to recording with somebody, contract, your contracts, you being, an artist, also being a manager too, you know what I'm saying? If you can kind of break a little bit of that down.
Oh, absolutely. So as an artist, number one, with the contracts, it's good to understand what you're reading, but if you don't understand what you're reading, you need a lawyer. And then you need a lawyer if you do or don't understand what you're reading, but it's good to understand to know what you're reading as an artist. Make sure you have a good lawyer. Never take a lawyer from any business partner. Anybody you're doing business with, you don't want to use the same lawyer. Another advice I can give is, as far as the contract, I'm drawing a blank, but that the contract part is very, very important because there's a lot of things there, and people, they always try to assign you a lawyer. You want to have a lawyer that's on your team that hasn't been assigned, that the label gave you, or representing someone else of that a friend of yours. You just want to have a particular lawyer that's for you and about you, because the contract is everything. So that is very, very important.
Sometimes you got to get a lawyer for your lawyer, an accountant for that account, right?
Absolutely. Right. What was the second part question? I feel like I missed a part.
Oh, you answered it. You answered it for the most part. Yeah, because it was just more or less just on the contract. You being an artist coming in, and of course, you just don't jump on anybody's record, because you got to have a contract to make sure after on the back end the numbers is right.
Absolutely. Okay, you reminded me. Your masters. So your masters is very important. And I, being around, you just start learning that sometimes you got to be careful where you record as well, because certain studios you're recording, they'll own those masters. If you didn't have your paperwork there, and you just went into somebody's home studio and recorded in their studio with their label, you gave them right to actually own that particular master, because they have the master track. So it's so many little tricks to the game. I make sure I keep my hard drive. I make sure I keep contracts around. And as a female, you always want to have somebody else representing you. You never want to give out your personal number. You want to say, here, this is my manager's number, because people take you serious when you have someone else representing you than you saying, here's my number. They automatically gonna think she likes me. She likes me.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about you talked about contracts, and a lot of these females be kind of taken advantage of. They don't have somebody representing them. We know Megan Thee Stallion, she went through her issues with her label. We saw when TLC went through what happened with them. What is your insight now on the newcomers and everybody want to own their masters? Like, what is some advice you can give, like, the new artists that are coming up?
Well, the best advice is, again, it's important who your lawyer is very important, understanding what you're signing. Some people don't mind giving up their masters, but the master part is the most important part, because if you follow history, it's been a problem from day one. Everybody that you can think of always complained about not having a master's, or at least having a percentage of their masters. So I think it's important to talk about your masters when you're negotiating, and to have an important lawyer and team there, so you can break down that contract. Because sometimes the lawyer can miss, some contracts be so crazy, the lawyer can miss something. So you like Leslie said, you may need a lawyer for your lawyer. So it's just important to take your time, don't rush and sign anything and get excited for the current situation or the money, and make,
What prompted you to start your own record label? Like, did you have a bad experience with a previous record label? And then do you feel like you have to, because people think, you've seen men have their record labels as well as being artists, right? Dre has Aftermath and he's an artist. Puffy got Bad Boy, then he's an artist, and all that other stuff, that you're going to be able to do both and people still have the same respect and take you seriously about your product?
What prompted me to get my own is because everybody was declining, like everything that I brought to the table. They didn't see it. I was constantly trying to be down with certain teams. I mean, I must say I got a lot better. I perfected my craft, and I'm still perfecting my craft. But it was being turned down so many times. And then as I started to learn and experience it myself, I realized this is a business. And if I could learn the business, and the way I look at things now is, you're looking for somebody to financially back you. And if you can do it yourself, then what do you need a label for? I'd rather be a business partner. So it's just, you're out there and you're grinding just for somebody to discover you, to give you the financial backing. If you can do that yourself and learn the business, then you don't really need anybody. Not to say you won't need a partnership, but I think it was the consistent denials and being turned down from me. I tried. I just been turned down and just looking for a deal, looking for somebody to help, and it didn't happen. So I had to do it myself.
Would you reconsider, like maybe a couple months or a year from now, if a label does reach out to you, would you reconsider signing to a major label?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not against signing to a label at all. I'm not against it. It's just, again, the contract, the situation. If it represents both parties, I feel like everybody can eat. I'm not greedy. I'm not about that. I just feel like being fair. You know, everybody's working here. Be fair. That's it. So many people get robbed, and again, you're constantly seeing artists go through it. So somebody have to learn. Somebody has to learn from their mistakes.
Right.
Coming into this game now, you have to like set yourself up for future stuff. Like you have to be 10 steps ahead, right? Branding, you have to make yourself look like a whole conglomerate. So do you see yourself acting? Do you see yourself doing fashion? Do you see yourself doing perfume? Like what do you see for yourself outside of music?
Absolutely. I see Brandon, you know, I'm constantly in the gym. I'm a sports person. I love to play basketball. I love to run track. Yeah, I'm always in the gym trying to lose this corona weight. But I'm a workaholic, so I do see myself acting. I see myself branding, and again, I see the branding more in the sports arena. Whether it's sneakers, track and field, basketball, makeup. But yes, I'm constantly looking for ways to brand and look for endorsements and stuff like that. Absolutely.
So I have a question. Seeing that we are in COVID, we've been in here for about a good 9 months or so now. How has COVID helped or hurt your career as an artist?
COVID actually was an eye opener. It helped it because it slowed you down for a second. Like I think everybody was moving too fast, and it sat you down to say, "Wait a minute, let me rethink what was I doing all of this time." It made you think about what you could do differently. It kind of reassess life, period, because there's so much going on. I've lost a couple of friends and people that I know since the coronavirus. So it made you think again about how important family is, and just life in general. It was an eye opener. I think everybody should be woke after this coronavirus.
Absolutely. So if we was able to put a list together, if you can say, I'm gonna give you 3 people, 3 artists, doesn't matter who they are, 3 artists to get you in the studio to work with, what 3 artists would they be?
I would say Kendrick Lamar, Little Baby, and I feel like I have to name a female, but I don't want to leave it.
You don't have to.
You have to hold it down for the female spot.
Yeah, you holding it down for the female spot, so you don't have to.
Okay, and Drake. I like Drake.
So let's go. So Kendrick Lamar, why Kendrick? Why Lil Baby, and why Drake?
Okay, so Drake, I think Drake has like the he's one of the artists that he followed the trend. He followed the wave. It didn't affect him. Some people, as a new era comes in or things change, it affects them. He's consistently just smooth. You have no choice but to respect his music. I love his music. I love his style, his charisma. It's just kind of a positive energy. I'm an energy person. Again, Kendrick, and then Kendrick Lamar. I think his energy is incredible. He's a great lyricist. He represents where I'm from, you know, where I came up listening to. I love, and then I have to mention Little Baby, because Little Baby is incredible to me. And Little Baby is doing it the new way, but he is a lyricist. And if you pay attention, he can rap. So I love everything about him. And I feel like I'm in the middle of both. So
nice.
Either way, it can go either way. And I love it. And that's why I named those 3 in particular. I have several others that I can name, but I could go on and on with the names.
If you had the opportunity to do a reality show right now, would you do it? And do you think it would help or hurt your career?
It would hurt me. It would hurt me. They would see another side that they don't need to see.
The X come out. Like, what? What?
Absolutely. It would hurt me.
So during this corona, you know, like you said, everybody's had to put things on the back burner and stuff like that. have you been writing? Have you been still in the studio? Like, what have you been doing during this, somewhat of a downtime with your, with your music?
Actually, like I said, I had to reassess where I was going and the way I wanted to present myself. I've actually took the time to get a studio built out because no one knows what's going to happen. And I want to make sure that I have access to a studio at all times. But I have been writing. And when I say writing, before it used to be more about being a lyricist and bars, but it's not about that anymore for me. It's more about making music for everybody, radio-friendly music for the world. So I kind of reassessed, and everything that I do now, I try to make sure everything sounds like a single, or is a single, or is a hit. Everything.
I love it.
With the way social media is expecting artists to open up into their personal lives, how much of your personal self are you willing, or are you putting out on social media so that people gravitate toward you?
I don't mind putting out my personal life. I think it could be I could give a little more if there was someone following me around with a camera. But I'm not afraid to give it. I'm not afraid for someone to see. I wear many hats, so for people to see that, they're gonna be like, this girl is crazy. So I mean, I don't mind. It's just and again, let me take that back. I don't want to say I wouldn't do a reality show. It just has to be the right reality show.
So
once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're rocking with the Spin Room crew. We got a special guest, Dirti Diana, in the building with us, hanging out. Go ahead, Les.
Now I was gonna say, so you would bring your romantic partner and your kids more on social media, more on the reality side?
I don't have kids. I don't have children. Yeah, I would bring my partner. I'll bring my mother, my crazy family. I don't mind none of that. I don't mind that. That's no problem. It's just, like I said, it has to be the right show, because, yeah.
How did you get your name, Dirti Diana? Where'd that come from?
I was just about to ask that, Karen.
Dirti Diana, actually, my mixtape was called Dirti Diana, but my rap name was Diana Prince, and it meant female empowerment, female Wonder Woman. I think there's a movie about to come out with her. But it was Diana Prince, and DJ Scream, he's done all my mixtapes. The mixtape was Dirti Diana, and he called me Dirti Diana throughout the whole. Shout out to my homegirl, Dirti Diana, Dirty. And I said, you know what? I love Michael Jackson. I love the name. It has an edge to it. It fits me. I'm a Gemini. I have two sides. And I think it fit me.
Ron got excited. Look at Ron. He stood up. He was like, ah.
There's another side. But I just, I'm at the end towards Cancer. I got to correct that because, I'm not the crazy Gemini. I think Dirti Diana fits me to the T because, again, sometimes people don't even see rapper when they see me. So it just fits. It's like Diana, and then people, and then some be like, what up, Dirt? Like, it all goes. It flows. It's perfect.
I love it.
Sorry.
How did somebody try to be?
Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
I said, then you have the slick people that try to be, crazy with the name, but it doesn't bother me. I laugh. It's funny to me.
When I heard it, the first thing that popped in my mind was MJ too, so it's all good.
Absolutely. Rest in peace.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you too, how did it feel? Because Fat Joe recently shouts you out and your management out. Pretty much he sees, the right to have Fat Joe from BX, give you your kudos. How does that make you feel?
That was so dope. I was like, he's like the Bronx legend. Like, if Joe don't know you, then you nobody. So it was just like, yeah, we lit. I'm outside. Oh my God, BX is in the building, Joe. So I was super excited. Shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to the team. Shout out to his team. Shout out to AB. But it just touched my heart, and it let me know that we're actually doing something. You know what I mean? People are seeing. They're watching.
When people are hearing you for the first time, I'm sorry, Ron.
No, I was going to ask her because she did say she's played sports. And I heard you say you run track and like basketball. And I apologize that both the Knicks and the New York Yankees will never make the playoff again.
Oh, man.
Sorry about that, but no.
I'm dead.
Like the kids.
I'm just joking. Look, I'm just joking. Now back to the real shit. I want to know your top 5 MCs. It can be females, all time, and dead or alive? And also the second question to that, what makes them that your top, what is it that you like that you make them your top 5?
Tupac's number 1, Biggie's number 2, Jay-Z's number 3, Lauryn Hill is number 4, and number 5, I'm just gonna throw Kendrick in there.
All right, just tell me the top 3 reasons.
Kendrick just became, he just became on my top. But the reason why Tupac, again, I'm into energy. I'm into people vibes. Tupac make you feel like there's not too much more music that makes you feel, that you could relate to, that you could be like, it touched my soul, that's a real guy, and almost that character that you're listening to when you hear his music, you know you're gonna meet him in person. You just don't get that, and I could put on a Tupac record to this day and get chills up my body. So rest in peace, Tupac. Biggie is the same thing, but Biggie was more playful with it. He made you dance, but again, there was a soul there. There was something there to make you feel the music and make you feel what they're saying and believe what they're saying. His wordplay, you always could never understand what the next bar was going to be with Big. So, I study these people. So, that's what Biggie, who I said was next. Jay, man, Jay, man. It's like, his music is just so street, but smooth. So it's like, you can't knock a hustler. I can't explain it the way how I want to break it down, but they're all lyricists in a sense, and they make you feel what they're saying. They bring you into their life. It makes you believe anything that they're saying, that they're just telling everything that they're saying is the truth. And Kendrick, again, another lyricist, that he's in a current, but he lets you know that spitting it still exists, that you can still rhyme and you can still be at the top and spitting these bars, telling your story, making people feel. Lauryn Hill, she touches my soul. So all of these people that I'm naming as top 5 is because they kind of bring you into their personal life. They make you feel, and when you listen to their music, it could put a smile on your face, or it can make you cry, and you could be like, I experienced that. Word, facts, that happened to me. For real. So that's why I named those top 5. But again, the list could go on. So I feel like I'm missing people. I feel like I'm almost disrespecting people by not saying.
It's all good. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Timberland, Swiss, they got versus battle that's popping off, right? So if we put Dirty Diana in a versus battle, who you want to get next to? Who's gonna be on the side? Who you battling?
I feel like anybody could be on the side. What's popping? You know the vibe. I'm not gonna name anybody. You put any female right there, neck and neck. Just because popularity is just bars. It's all about bars and music.
See, we're putting it out in the universe right now. Let's get it popping.
Let's go. Let's put it out there.
New York don't buck down. Come on, stop. When I watch your videos, I see a woman who's confident in her sexuality, who has her style, who just gives you strength. And so when I close my eyes and I listen to your lyrics, I hear like your vernacular is crazy, your rhyme and your tone is crazy. So what do you want for people who are listening to you for the first time to take away? And then what do you want your legacy to be 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road?
I want people to take away that just because you rap as a female, you don't have to be represented type of way. I want people to respect females. I don't want people not to view a rapper as only a one dimension type of way. What I want them to take away is I would like to be an inspiration to the youth. I would like to inspire to say, hey, this female rapper was able to rap, and then she owns all of these buildings, and she started a community of people, and she opened up a music school for everybody to do music. So I just wanted to be something inspirational behind it where people could look up to it and say it can be done. Not all, you know, because sometimes, you know, some people get a bad name for it puts you in it puts you in a hole sometimes, and people only have one view of rappers, and that's not true. Self-made is basically I'm from the bottom up. I've been pretty much rapping since the age of 13, all my life, and coming from the projects, coming from the Bronx, it's been nothing but ciphers. It's been nothing but spitting. It's been nothing but bars everywhere you go, and it's been a grind for me. And when I say self-made, it's been a grind. I've been turned down so many times. I had to kick in another door, get rejected. I broke up from my group. I was in a group. We broke up, and it's been a consistent grind. And self-made is self-explanatory. Straight from the bottom up, still going. Everything's been self-made. Anything that you see, and it ain't just rap. I'm also into businesses. I have several different businesses. So
I love it.
Self-made.
I love it. Before we get out of here, and I know he asked you about the hip hop collabs, who would your R&B collabs be? 3, male, female, dead, alive, preferably alive.
R&B. I would do Mary J. Hey, I'm not an R&B head, but
we'll take Mary. That's okay. You and Mary would be fire. That's dope.
right.
Well, please let everybody know what projects and stuff you have coming out. Maybe if you're doing some online shows, what's next for Dirti Diana that we can look for and help promote and help push, and so everybody can get on board and put you at the top.
Let me name Jeremiah too, because Jeremiah was on the OY track, and I want to send my prayers to him because I know he's currently in the hospital. But I love Jeremiah's voice. But Self-Made. So Self-Made was the single, and I have an EP called Self-Made, which is coming out, and I will need everybody to go stream because Self-Made is available on iTunes, it's available on Pandora, Spotify, anywhere you can think of. Stream Self-Made.
We got you. We got you. And all your socials, where they can find you and hunt you down and stalk you.
At Dirti Diana, Dirti Diana with an I, Dirti, Dirti Diana. Spotify, Dirti Diana. Website, Dirti Diana. Everything's dirty with an I.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on here. We know like a year from now, we're not even going to be able to get in touch with you. AB's going to be like, excuse me, that call is about 20 G's. So thank you for rocking with us, AB. We appreciate you. We wish you the best. We're going to see you next year this time, getting awards, getting nominated, selling out concerts when we're back out, be able to get back out and play, because you are the truth. Love all your videos, love your sound, love your tone, love your, your lyrics and all that. So thank you for presenting in such a strong and empowering way. And thank you for coming to hang out with us in the spin room.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, you are now live